Flirting is best done when it's not so intense, when it's not so serious, okay? So you have to understand what the real basis of flirting is. That way you can use it to manage attraction and get a woman actually interested in you. And one of the things that most guys don't know about is that humor is the key. We are able to actually teach this to you. We have a one-on-one coaching program where we will get you a one-on-one coach to work with you to teach you how to flirt and meet women and do it confidently. If you want to learn more about that, we're doing free calls right now. Go to tripadvicecoaching.com. There's a link in the description down below. So when it comes to flirting, a lot of guys do it wrong because they think flirting is showing a lot of intent, right? Being really intent with, okay, showing this girl that I like her, that I'm interested. So they'll do a lot of compliments. They'll be almost over seducing in a way. And I remember learning this back in the day. And that was a lot of what flirting was, really showing that really intense, I like you kind of energy. So then you avoid the friend zone. But I found that over time, if you do that too much, what ends up happening is you're trying to compensate too much, and then she ends up rejecting you because you're showing so much interest that there's not enough mystery there. So that's where humor comes into play. One of the best ways you can do this is a term that was coined by old dating coach David D'Angelo, and he talks about cocky funny. This is an amazing way to insert humor into the flirting. It's a way of flirting with her, showing that light interest, but at the same time, joking around and making it fun. So one example, and I have plenty more of this that I'll be sharing with you today. One example of cocky funny is saying something like, okay, you know what? You're going to be my ex-girlfriend one day. I know it. Okay, so think about that line for a second. Like, you're going to be my ex-girlfriend one day. I know it. Basically, you're being cocky because you're saying like, okay, this isn't going to work out between us. You're almost implying that you might be breaking up with her, but you're also showing interest because you're saying, hey, we might date one day. And also understand that this is being playful. You're not being literal with this, right? This is just about being funny and humorous. And although I know that this isn't literally laugh out loud, like, oh my God, that's the funniest joke I ever heard, and you're going to make her crack up and she's going to be bending over like that is so funny. That's not really the point. The point isn't to necessarily make her chuckle so hard that she's spitting out her drink. The idea is being playful. So yes, it's funny in the sense where you're joking around, but at the same time, that underlying idea of subtle interest and flirting is what makes it really key. And when you are using that line and a few more I'm going to show you, what's cool about it is she is going to be laughing almost anyways, because if you're flirting with her and she starts to become attracted to you, she starts to like you, women just laugh when they're nervous. People laugh when they're nervous. So you might say something like that and she still might chuckle from it, even though it's not an actual joke. Again, the idea here is we're being playful. That's what we want. We want playful energy. That's the best kind of flirting you could ever do, is being playful. Okay, another example here I wrote is, you'd say something like, you would only be so lucky to be with me. Okay, now again, a lot of these are taken out of context, so I'm just saying these so you understand what it is. And if you want, you can copy them, but also you can come up with some of your own, but you'll get the idea here, right? So you say, you'd be only so lucky to be with me. Okay, so you say that, in context, that might be you guys are chit-chatting, you're talking, and, you say like, maybe we'll hang out one day, maybe, we'll see. You'd only be so lucky to be hanging out with me. And if it works right, and if you've already built rapport before you deliver a line like that, she might tease you back. She might even say like, oh, no, what? Like, it flips the script a little bit. She's like, you'd only be so lucky to be with me. Right? This idea of being cocky while also being funny and doing it in a joking manner is subtly showing her that you have confidence, right? You're not doing what most guys do, is they chase, they give too many compliments. They do what I said in the very beginning of this video. They over-compliment, show too much interest. So that's why we do this light push-pull kind of game with cocky funny. Here's another example. Again, you might not use this exact one, but let's just say that, I don't know, she makes a mistake, she says something wrong, she spills her drink a little bit. You can say, I don't even know how you ever functioned without me. I don't know, how did you do it? How did you even function without me? You can even say that with no context. You can say, you know what? I don't even know. We're having such a fun time right now. I don't even know how you functioned without me. It doesn't even have to make that much sense. The Bottom line, by the way, with flirting, what's really cool, I was just talking about this on an interview I did. Flirting doesn't have to be super logical. You can almost say any of these whenever you want, just as a joke. It doesn't have to be at the very perfect time in conversation. Just use these lines, throw it out there, come up with your own. It's really great. Here's another one. Just because I'm flirting with you doesn't make me easy. Just because I'm flirting with you doesn't make me easy. So this is really cool, right? This is the prime example of what would be push-pull in flirting, where you're just kind of giving her some, taking it back. So you're saying that you're flirting with her, you're almost admitting it, so that is showing some interest. Like, just because I'm flirting with you doesn't make me easy. But then you're saying doesn't make me easy doesn't mean that she has you. You're saying that to her. It doesn't mean that you actually have me. It doesn't mean that I'm actually interested. And obviously you are, but again, you're being playful. That playful banter back and forth is what really creates that attraction, leaves just a slight bit of mystery, makes it more interesting. I have 17 other flirty phrases that you can say. Watch the video right here to get those. And if you need help with flirting and you want to understand how to do it and how to implement it in the real world, consider coaching. We have one-on-one coaches to help you right away. Go to tripadvicecoaching.com.